Alright. Hello. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everybody. I'm Zura Huzali, the Business Development Director of FAVORIOT. Together with me is our CEO, Dr. Mazlan Abbas. Alright. So for today, for this afternoon, we have a topic whereby we call it the smart city. On the smart city, where the smart city, how to make things invisible visible. Macam mana tu? Let's do some magic here. Okay. So doctor, everyone are talking about smart city. Even Malaysia is like aiming to become a smart city. Everybody like macam banyak dah like Putrajaya, Cyberview and everyone. So how can actually FAVORIOT us can contribute to this smart city?
Okay, before I think I'd like to say hi juga. Good afternoon to all of you for coming over to our channel, I would say, our FAVORIOT channel.
Okay.
But anyway, before we started off about what FAVORIOT can offer in building smart cities, let's take a step back and ask ourselves, because there's a lot of smart city implementations around the world.
Okay.
Even in India, they have this so-called what we call 100 smart cities implementation.
Okay.
So but along the way, people will always have this question about, what is your definition about smart city? How do you define your smart city in your city, for example? And people have been trying to, define that particular word. What is smart city? So I don't think we should be bothered enough to think, what exactly the definition of smart city, because every smart city implementation is so different from each country.
Okay.
The reason being is that every country have their own problems, their own issues, their own needs and their own vision. So they have their own way of solving the problems and what are the things that they want to focus on. So because a third world country, developing country and developed countries have different pain points altogether. And when we try to imitate or try to duplicate a success story or any example of smart city which is seen very successful in other countries and to replicate that in their country, it fails. So a lot of smart city projects fail. Reason being they didn't address the right problems.
Okay, so it means every city have different issues to be settled.
You name it. A city is just like a human, a person. A person have different needs and requirements, and your health is also different, right?
Oh yes, of course.
Some people are very healthy than compared to others.
Right.
So a city is like that. So if a city is very healthy, just like a person, so the reason being what? Because they have a very good transportation. A human have a better blood. I mean the flow of blood. They keep on exercising. There's no toxic in their body. So the same thing with the city.
Okay.
So if you look at the similar city, they have different problems. Their transportation is just like your blood vessels. The oxygen in the air is your air pollution.
Okay.
That you breathe.
Right.
So what kind of vitamins that you put in? I mean you take in every day is that makes your brain function better. So a city is something like that. So if you can put certain infrastructure applications that can improve the city brain and your city becoming smart.
Okay. So
that's my analogy of that's why we can't have the same city to be replicated in even in Kuala Lumpur. It's not the same in Ipoh. In Pulau Pinang, it's not the same as in Pahang, in Pekan, for example. So they have different problems and
customized.
Their infrastructure is so different. The way that they develop it and the needs of the people themselves.
Okay.
So that's why currently the cities are very much focusing on citizen-centric. So they focus on the people first, not focus on the infrastructure, but the people. The needs of the people, a citizen-centric people.
So by then, meaning to say we have to know what are the citizens are facing, what are their pain points.
Yes, that's where we come in.
Awesome. Okay. How do we come in?
So
tell doctor.
So try to make sure that you address the problem. We need to get the right data, right?
Betul.
What kind of information that we can get from the people? How do you get information from the people? So the best way is to have in IoT, we actually connect the assets.
Right.
So in smart city, we connect the people. So we need to gauge and collect the information of the people's pain point. So we use Internet of Things.
Correct.
And the best Internet of Things is of course your smartphone, the device that we have in our hands. And a lot of problems that we are seeing in the city cannot be detected by simply putting certain infrastructure, because sometimes it's very costly to put everywhere the sensors.
Yeah, like CCTV,
something which is hidden somewhere that you cannot place the infrastructure. So what's the best way to get the eyes, which is to look into something which is invisible?
Just use me as a citizen.
So that's the more reason that we use the concept of the citizens themselves.
Yes.
The citizens are the sensors.
Right.
So they sense the whole city. So we have you heard about crowdfunding, where we source funding through the crowd.
Yep.
So we are using the method of the crowd sensing. So we use the crowd, the people themselves,
to get the info, to get the
the
data.
info. So, when along the way you're going to the office, how many problems that you see?
Potholes is one of it. That's definite. Most of the time I
along the way you see potholes.
Traffic congestions.
Yes.
Oh man, tell me about it.
If you just drive from your home to the office for the next 30 minutes, you will always complain a lot of things.
Complain all the way in the
complain
car.
all the way. But if you're alone, maybe you don't complain. But the moment you have someone beside you, you will always complain.
Yep.
And you might wonder why we can't capture the problems. Why can't we take the problem, capture the problems, find the location of the problem, and simply make it simple enough for you to send the problems to the right authorities?
Yeah, why not? I mean, that would be so simple because everyone is having their own mobile phones.
Before this, do you know how they make complaints? How they capture information?
I think they are using it via the website. We have to go to a website. Kind of
That's the most problematic way. The old way of doing things. The IR 1.0 sort of making complaint is what?
through phones.
Not for you.
maybe.
Physically, you have to go to the branch
Oh yeah.
and tell you that I have these problems. I have to write on paper, this is my problem. So I have to submit a complaint, a report. But then after that, once telephony comes in, you make a call, but you have problems to track the calls. To track your reports.
Right.
Then when internet comes in, that's the 3.0 sort of thing. You need to key information through internet. So, but still, it's not
It's
enough.
quite a hassle. Even for me to go to a website, maybe sometimes I just don't bother. It's alright. Somebody else would do the report for me.
So, what's the simplest way? What you see is what you can capture and think that you can easily send out the report. Recently we have seen an article saying that, hey, did you see a problem of people who's
Was it like cutting queue? Was it?
cutting queue? Cutting queue, and you just wish that you can make report easily.
Yeah.
And what's the method at that time? They said you have to send an email. You remember the email address?
Yep.
So once we have sent the email address, do you know what happened to the report?
How to track
Track the report? So you're not sure whether it's being addressed, whether it has been
Has
closed.
it been acknowledged?
Has been acknowledged and been closed.
Yep.
So what if you have an application which what we build called FAVORIOT? FAVORIOT. So FAVORIOT is an app as simple as this. So you have a camera instead of your eyes. You have a camera to capture it because it tells you exactly when you capture the location of the place.
Yeah.
So it geotag it.
Right.
So you can select easily what's the criteria of the problem here. So, and then you can send it a small description of the problem and click submit.
Then it goes to the right authority.
Take photo, select criteria, submit. As simple as 3 to 4 steps. And what happened is that now you know all the reports that we have submitted.
What are the reports that we have
When
submitted?
exactly that you report. And the color indicates whether
It has been
has been acknowledged or being resolved. And when it changes, when someone already make that report, when someone have already addressed it, you can see the reports have been changed here.
So it means I know that my reports are being taken care of by the authority.
So like here, you can see, how many reports there is. There is only Selangor. Okay. But maybe
there's a lot of issues.
A lot of issues.
Okay.
So in fact, it works anywhere. So I have data which is in Saudi.
Okay.
In Saudi Arabia.
Right. We can also make complaints.
Complaints in anywhere around the world. So any local councils, doesn't matter whether it's from Malaysia or other countries, still can use this.
Right.
So the beauty part is that it is now very transparent.
Well, that's what the citizens want.
Yes, that's why we want to make it more transparent, a better engagement, where you know that someone is responding to your cases. So what happened is that it's not only one way, it's two ways. So the moment you submitted this, it will go to the local authorities, which is the one that responsible to take care of this. So once they have received that, they have what we call the CMP, the crowd sensing management platform.
That is for the authority to
manage the reports.
Yeah, to manage the reports.
So they will see all the trouble ticket that have been created, all the reports that comes from all places, and then they will escalate this. So I say, okay, this is an issue of potholes. They will send to the contractor the potholes. This issue of the traffic lights is not working. They send to another different contractor. And the best part is that your contractor have also an app.
Okay,
An app called Field Force.
Alright.
So they will know all the jobs being assigned to them. So if I'm contractor one who's handling the issues of potholes, the issues of water leakage and all that, I will get all the reports.
Right.
So once they have attended the report, they will know exactly, because it's geotech. So you can find the problem.
Correct.
So once they reach there, once they have solved the problem, they have
to take a picture as well as evidence.
Evidence. The best part is needs evidence. So the moment they have submitted the report with evidence, and then the authorities will say, oh, you have done your job, I will close your case, you will get paid.
Okay. And at the same time, the citizens who makes the reports gets a notification as well.
Yes, that's the best part. Rather than you have to wait whether is it being addressed or not. After that, you just got fed up and you want to make it viral. You go to the social media, you tweet it. Just because of the simple
that would be the worst thing.
One traffic light and the whole country is just looking at you because you're not solving one particular issue.
Right, okay. And actually for the authorities themselves, they can actually check on the KPIs, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so that's the best part, is that once the authority receive all the reports and they will see their SLA, the service level agreement, how fast they have responded, acknowledged, how fast they have solved the issues, escalated, and how fast they have closed it. And they will know how the numbers of problems, and that is the insights.
Right.
So from the insights, they will know they can prioritize their budget, their resources, whether to handle certain problems, or they want to decrease certainly because there's no problem with that, or they can increase certain resources.
Right.
So they can justify using that data for budgetary purposes. So next year they will say, okay, I have this information that is fully justified. I need information that I can justify for my budget next year.
Okay, so it's going to be very useful for them.
It's not only for them, for the management too.
For the management?
Because management can see the reports real time.
Oh, yes. Okay,
so
that's the best thing.
You don't have to wait every month to produce a report.
And you would actually know what are the, maybe let's say, what are the top 3 most pain point of the city.
Every minute, every problem when there is an action, the dashboard will show you the results,
the updates
in real time. And if the local councils are very daring, or they want to make it more transparent, there's some local councils, especially in United States, what they did is that in Boston, for example, they have a display.
Okay. Where do they put this display?
In front of the office.
Oh, okay.
Whenever the public comes into their offices,
alright,
they will see a big display, like a dashboard. How many cases have been being received? How many cases have been closed?
Okay.
So they were
transparent.
so very transparent. Their KPI has been shown to the public. that shows that their money have been fully used, by the taxes being paid and being used by the local councils more effectively.
Wow.
To show how productive they are. So they are now, local councils are competing between each other. So if they have, they can solve certain problems with a certain index, then we can call them a smart city or very smart citizenship.
I would want to live in that kind of a city. It's a very livable city for me.
Very livable, very responsive.
Yes.
They take care of us and very transparent.
Right.
And very efficient in terms of all the issues that being raised, solving them.
But we really need to make this invisible to be visible.
Yes. So our eyes are now become the senses. So we are to become the senses of the city. So rather than you just have a certain individual senses to monitor you, yes, definitely certain places, even rubbish beside your house doesn't have a sensor that can look at your rubbish, but your eyes, you yourself can snap the photo.
Right. And actually, not only that, not only for smart city, but I think like many things like Ministry of Health, perhaps. For all those premises, restaurants, maybe those yang unclean, maybe.
Yeah, you remember the time when the government tried to say that, hey, if you see anyone who's smoking,
within that
compound place, make a report. But how do you do that? So currently they just snap a photo and send it through WhatsApp.
And
what happened is that the ministry, the authority will receive the WhatsApp and try to filter out and make a report. So do you feel that that's so difficult? Daily you have to always update and escalate it manually after you make the report.
No, we're talking about thousands of reports.
From everywhere. So if you see someone smoking, I don't smoke, so I don't care.
Me too.
So you snap a photo of the person smoking, submit it, and the Ministry of Health, maybe from the authorities, will get the report and go to the restaurant.
It's real time.
It's real time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they should just use our favor sense for that.
So it's not only that kind of ministry, but anywhere that you feel that there is a lot of people who needs help. So incidents that happening, any ministry, I would say, certain local councils doesn't take care of all of the problems. It can be escalated to traffic department because it's related to traffic. Doesn't mean it's not related to local councils. So it can be through, like in my case, like JPJ, for example.
Yes. Okay.
Traffic police for crime areas, potential crime areas. You feel that there's something which is fishy that you need to complain. Or on environmental.
Alright.
You see rivers, maybe it's not local council but other people, so dumping waste.
Yeah, toxic
chemical waste.
Yep.
So you can make a report. You name it. People who's environmental friendly, NGO who feels that they want, in our, sometimes we say that when we visited some place, we should leave memories.
Of course.
Not footprints or rubbish. So we don't
footprints.
So we just leave a lot of garbage and all that in our beautiful beaches, forestry. So people see the problem, they can snap a photo, because they can't handle that kind of issues, rubbish.
Yeah, when you talk about that, for Visit Malaysia 2020, we have to take care of our beaches. A lot of tourists will be coming over. So yeah, I think that would be good as well. For Favor Sense to be included.
And of course, if you take a look at the city now, it's so busy with new construction. Roads are being, new roads are being constructed and all that. So there's a lot of dangers, debris and all that are not taken care of, and people are building a lot of new buildings and all that. So safety hazard, something which needs to be taken care of. So
let's say if they don't put on their safety helmets,
they can make a report.
Yeah.
Or you can make it private for a construction company. Nowadays, construction company, what happens is that when they have some safety problem, they just take a photo and report it later.
Okay.
But now with this Favor Sense, you can instantly make report.
Again, real time.
Yeah. How about your housing area, your condominium? Did you pay a certain amount maintenance fees?
Yes, we do, but somehow still complaints through WhatsApp group. Which I think, where is my complaints already goes to?
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, it is.
You pay a certain amount every month, maybe 400, 200, depending on your place. And what do you get in your value added? So the best part is that if you can easily make complaint to the facility management. I used to be, make a report and go to the office, take photos. I don't know. So
actually, that's what still happens.
Really?
Okay.
So it's IR 1.0 sort of complaint.
Yes.
We are talking about facilities management that wants to 4.0, so you don't want to have like pen and paper. This escalation process is so tedious.
So slow as well.
So slow.
Very slow. Yeah, so how I wish I could just, if I found something, rubbish somewhere, I could just take pictures and straight away send it to the building management.
You just send it rather than we complain and nothing happen. Okay.
Yes, every day, everybody is like talking about it in the WhatsApp group, and we do not know whether this report has been taken care of or not.
So if you are in the university, I'm sure the universities have a lot of infrastructure, services, assets that being used by the students, the lecturers. So a lot of things that you can see, projectors are not working, the doors are not safely locked, the gates are open, and the facilities, the water are leaking, the roof are having problems.
I'm still pretty sure all the students have to go to the office and make reports.
Yes, that's the current way of IR 1.0 reporting.
We have to change everyone.
So we have the solutions which is simple enough. They just subscribe to the platform. They don't need to. They don't need to buy a new computer, whatever. So and build a very expensive solution. It's only on a cloud basis. It's a software as a service.
Right. And of course, the good news is that for FavorSense, we are actually offering free trial as well, right?
We are doing free trial. So we are open to users, customers who wants to engage with us. We can have a free trial because you need to understand how it works. So it's quite simple, in fact. I think anyone out there can use it.
Yeah. At first they can start off with their operation management first, or maybe just the operation.
Facilities management.
Facilities management. Yeah, just to make things easy, make your life easy. All right.
Make your life easy is our tagline too. We want to make your life easy rather than you have to take time to build your own solutions. We have already the solutions that can be because sometimes people hire employees, staff, just to find the complaints.
Oh yes, I heard that too.
Yes, they go out, every morning, taking photos and then WhatsApp it back to their management.
And then they have to make a report.
Report again.
Oh my God.
So
double job, I think.
Double job. And then I see a lot of people who, the people who's trying, the contractors who's solving the problem or cutting grass, whatever. There's a supervisor, walking around. Then after they have finished the job, the supervisor will take photo and then send it back. Of course, WhatsApp is free, but the problem, the hassle, the time for you to make that report is, I think FavorSense would just, I would say, ease and the return of investment that you put in can be within 2 or 3 months. The amount of money that you have put into the people to do unnecessary thing, unproductive job rather than giving them more better jobs, more value added.
Yes, even like for those through WhatsApp, right? There's no follow through, I could say.
Yeah, the best one is send to WhatsApp, but after that it escalates to 2 or 3 people. How do you know?
Yeah, so
you don't know
how can you keep track?
Yes, you send to your boss send to your boss, your boss.
A lot of bosses.
Or you send to the top boss, the CEO will send to his second boss, and the second lieutenant sent to whoever.
Yeah, and where is it? Where is it already?
And then the person who complained to the CEO said, is it okay? And the CEO will WhatsApp and escalate back to the and ask them whether is it okay.
Again, it goes through
So
another round.
things which can be seen instantly whether the response have been made or not, just using favorite sense.
Yep. So I guess we could really contribute for this smart city initiative, for Malaysia.
Yes, I mean we the idea is smart city when it's so citizen centric. The first thing we need to know is to get the pain points of the citizens.
Okay.
While solving the citizens' problem, we are gathering the input, the data, so that you can prioritize your next budget, or you can prioritize your work, or you can even identify the smart city projects. For example, if you feel that congestion is the main problems in certain areas, then you say, okay, I need a smart city, smart parking solutions in that area. So rather than you build the whole city with smart, might as well you, with a limited budget, you can focus on one area.
Okay.
If you see that there's a lot of potholes somewhere, how do you solve a problem with IoT? Do you know?
Okay. I don't know, but for me, it's just for your favorite sense.
But reporting
So,
is one thing, but
yeah.
the IoT solutions for identify
for potholes?
potholes.
I don't know.
After a while, people get so frustrated in reporting potholes. Right?
Okay.
So we can see it. I think quite a number of years back, couple of years back, even our minister sit down in the pothole.
Oh yes, I saw that picture.
Huh?
Yeah, I saw that
Just to
picture.
say that, hey guys, you should solve this problem.
Yes,
You want
yes,
a
yes.
minister, every minister to sit down on the
Come
potholes.
on. No, please don't do that to them.
So
Okay.
in other countries, what they did is that they build they have this statue of a crocodile
Okay.
and they place it at the potholes,
Okay.
stating that, hey, you see, even the crocodile can live inside this pothole.
Oh my god, that's too big of a potholes then.
Yeah, and people say, okay, you don't want to solve my pothole, I plant trees, and there's a tree in the middle of the road.
Oh my god.
It's just because they got so frustrated in,
It shows how frustrated they are.
In one country, what they did is that they have a sensor. They place the sensor inside the pothole, and whenever a car drive by or on top of the sensors will detect and send a tweet. Say, hey, you are breaking. I mean, the old lady's car. You're not taking care of the pothole. This is what happened. So it tweets to the whole world. I mean, if you want to
That city will get a bad name for that.
bad name, so politically you want to be in a very good position to see yourself being addressing the citizens,
Taking care of the
taking
citizens.
care of the citizens, and you want to be politically you want to be in that position for quite some time lah, kan? To be.
Suddenly.
I mean, so the best way is to engage the citizens in a better manner lah, in more transparent manner.
I mean, it's more, how do I say, automated manners also.
Automated.
Let's say automated as well. Yep. Okay, so it means favorite sense can, how do I say, make the invisible visible.
Yes.
So maybe some authorities who still doesn't have this kind of technology. Yeah, you can talk to us. We are always here for you, and we are always wanted to help out. For Malaysia.
We have 154 local councils, 154, 155 in Malaysia alone. And how many of them are using this sort of applications?
Not in my place. Not in my area.
So in certain areas. And maybe if other countries who would love to work with us, we can partner with them and introduce them to the local councils in their countries.
Right.
Just imagine in Indonesia how many local councils, in India how many local councils. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So we can always have. I mean, favorite sense can be used globally as well,
Yes.
not only for Malaysians but also for global markets.
Because the best part is just using your own.
Mobile.
Mobile phone is the users themselves become the sensors for us.
Okay. So seriously, I mean, we're happy that we can actually contribute Malaysia into developing a smart city.
Yes.
Right. So I mean,
Is there any question?
No, there's no question from our viewers today. No.
Guys, if you want to watch our favorite channel, so
Can we call this a favorite channel?
yes. I just don't know how. We have started it since last week.
Yeah. So
But
okay.
we just don't know what time is the best.
Exactly. So what time would be the best viewing time for you?
So maybe we have the audience here can tell us, can comment in our Facebook Live and tell us the best time for us to make that favorite channel.
Okay. Tune in to
Tune
what?
in,
9 a.m. show.
Is in the morning, is in the afternoon, but not at night, please.
Yeah, please. Exactly. So yes. I mean, we are open for any questions. Not only for favorite channels. I mean, you can also ask about our
Other solutions.
solutions as well.
Otherwise, you can ask anything about IoT or IR 4.0. You know, I have created a lot of these videos that I would like to share with you guys about, you know, IR 4.0, the IoT and all that. It's in our favorite channel.
That's favorite channel.
Sorry, YouTube favorite channel.
Macam kena buat yang satu je channel. Okay. Alright.